and welcome to our live stream in preparation of Moving Forward that will be taking place on the 26th of February. Today's topic will be staying and thriving in Antwerp. We have some guests, someone from Isaac, but today we also have Kira from the Public Employment Service of Flanders. So hello, Kira.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having me over.
Yeah, well, can you introduce yourself? So what are you doing at the Public Employment Service of Flanders? What does the Public Employment Service of Flanders, wow, that's a mouthful, entails? Could you explain that a bit?
Yeah, of course, I'd be glad to, because obviously when it's public involved, it's not always easy to caps it as something that's recognizable for you as a user. But I'm Kira Veldkamp, and I work as an international intermediator at the Public Employment Service. I've been doing that for 22 years now, within the European context and outside of the European context as well, working on especially deepening into the area of mobility of people that come from other countries that want to work in Belgium, but also the other way around, giving information to people that work abroad, and also helping recruiters, for example, helping them to deal with issues that come up when they take on board new talents from other countries.
Okay, so do the VDAB also have services for international students? Because at Moving Forward, we also focus on international students. So what can VDAB offer to these students?
Well, as a corporate, we do focus on helping everybody finding the best path towards a job opportunity, especially when you are on our labor market and you don't have all the assets to be prepared to what's out there. And we would, in that department, we would have integrated our services also to form students that have questions about the labor market, of course. But there are dedicated services that can help you, for example, if you want to improve your language, if there's other gaps that keep you from a distance towards your job targets, and then you can just count on any of our experts in-house that could help you forward doing that or reaching that goal.
Yeah, so it's not only looking for vacancies or helping you with getting a job. Yeah,
no, because we have a corporate strategy that focuses on the different phases that occur when you are looking on this labor market for job opportunities. So it's visibility and transparency of vacancies, of course, but there could also be more information that helps you prepare better when you, for example, want to improve your skills or want to be more competent at cases. And that's where the organization is also there for.
Okay. But before you're applying for a vacancy, I think it's good to know what the difference is between an EEA worker and a non-EEA worker, because I think there's a big difference and there are other rules that are being applied, I think.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good question. Of course, when you're an EEA or a European Economic Area citizen, then it's easier for you to get busy in the job market, because there's what's called the free movement of EEA citizens, which implies that you do not have to have anything else but an ID proving that you are an EEA citizen to enable you to get job opportunities on the European labor market. In fact, every job opportunity should be open to you. And which also implies that there are agreements according to what happens to your social security, taxation, etc. And that, of course, doesn't count for somebody who is from outside of this arrangement. But it's still just an arrangement, because a talent is a talent, and you can come from anywhere with the same baggage and be competent enough to bridge that gulf and go for the job opportunities that are out there anyways. Except that if you do come from another country, you are obviously confronted with the fact that there's a little bit more administration to take into account, and that you will need, for example, a work permit to be able to start a job here in Belgium. And that does imply that in that case, some of the job opportunities might not be as open as other job opportunities for you.
But it's not impossible for non-EEA.
No, definitely not. That's what I said. Everybody is a talent and everybody has certain competences. And if you look at our background or the labor market background at this moment, we have to admit that Flanders is, in fact, maybe because it's also a small country, a small region, and geographically we're really in the heart of everything. We're in the heart of Europe, and we'd love to say that we're the heart of the world as well, or the center of the world. A lot of things are happening here. There's so many opportunities here, and there's so many opportunities that will not be fulfilled now and also not in the future. So there will be some kind of puzzle that can be made for anybody with the right competences and skills, wherever you come from.
Yeah. So, as you said a little bit before, there's a big shortage in our labor market. So does this also mean that international students, when they graduate, that they can apply for a job? Is there any opportunity for them right now as an international student?
Well, I would say there's no restriction to applying to a job. I think it's a crazy idea to think that because you don't have access to the labor market, that it's not a challenge. Okay, it's a challenge, but that there's no opportunity for you out there. So yes, I would strongly advise every student who thinks when they see opportunities out there or they fall in love with certain sectors or demands on the labor market to really go and dive into it and present themselves, because there's no restriction on application as such.
Yeah. Well, I said before, there's a big shortage in the labor market, but is it only nationally? Is it on the whole of Belgium, or is it in Antwerp as well that there is a big shortage?
Well, if you look at the labor market statistics, then you could say that up to recently, when we counted the availability of vacancies, there's always, for every 3 vacancies that are open in Flanders, so Flanders, the northern part of Belgium, as you're well aware, you're studying here. But for every 3 open positions, there's one of them is open in the region of Antwerp. Okay. So actually, if you look at the numbers, there will always be more going on in Antwerp if you compare it to other regions in Flanders.
So Antwerp is actually perfect for an international student to apply for a job?
Yes, it's perfect to apply for a job.
Now, are there any cultural elements that they need to take into account when they want to apply for a job? Because I can imagine if you're from a different country, maybe you do not know the way of applying for a job here in Belgium or Antwerp specifically.
Yeah, it's a really good question, actually, because years ago, which is actually, to be precise, almost 20 years ago, I've done a study together with colleagues in the EURES network, which is the European Employment Service Network, about the cultural differences in application in Europe. And it was such a fun work to do, and the research was so much fun to do. But we came down to the conclusion that it's not so much that there's a cultural difference in application in the different countries, so much as there would be in the different regions, but it's more that you really have to look into the cultural aspects that are going on in the company and the company's demands concerning cultural differences, especially when you applicate in a region as small as this, and a region that is very much involved in anything that's going on in the world. I think you need to take into the equation that your cultural difference is basically will be focused on what's going on in the culture of the company instead of what's going on in where you're going to live and have a social life, etc. So that's really important. And I would prepare this best to diving deeper into what's, for example, out there on the background of the company, what's on their company pages, how do they communicate in general, what's out there in the media, but also if you do find vacancies, what do they use, what kind of language, how do they approach, what kind of, do they use committing communication as a basic structure to find individuals, or do they keep more distance, are they a power culture? I think these aspects are the most important when you prepare for your application here in Antwerp. But on the other hand, I do have to notice that me, myself, being from a Dutch origin, there are slight differences in culture, and you could look into it a little bit, but there's no exact science on how to do the best application or how to make the best CV in general. But therefore, you can also contact, for example, the experts on VDAB. It's always good to find somebody in your network to see what your CV is looking like or what your presentation is looking like, and let them help you in advising you. But also your friends and people you met while you were studying, or even your professor or somebody who helped you through the whole process of your studies, to see if what you are preparing on paper, if this really is a good reflection towards the contact you are looking for in the Antwerp society, let's say it that way.
And on moving forward, you will also have a stand with VDAB to look at resumes, or what can they expect from you?
Yeah. Well, VDAB as being an active partner also in the project, they will be having a lot of experts, intermediate experts, with also some of them who have a focus on helping you out with how to better your CV or how to prepare yourself better on the labor market. So yeah, do have a visit there and see if they can help you forward in how to build up systematically or to improve your CV better for a challenging labor market. Yeah.
Okay. Definitely. And we will see you on moving forward as well.
Yes, I'm looking forward to do also a little bit of a presentation to get you all motivated to start looking for job opportunities in this small but very exciting, and we call it the most bustling region of Europe. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to do that.
Okay, I'm very excited to see what you will bring at moving forward. So I would like to thank you for our little conversation right now. And then later on we will talk with Eva from ISEC, but first a little video.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're back with Eva from ISEC. Hello, Eva.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So, could you introduce yourself? Who are you? Where are you from? What are you studying right now? Take it away.
I'm Eva. I'm from Ukraine, and I'm first-year student in social economic sciences in New Antwerp, and I'm also a part of ISEC. I'm vice president of talent management there. And it's my first year in Antwerp.
Okay, very exciting. Can you explain a bit what ISEC is, what it entails? What do you do for students here in Antwerp?
It's an international youth organization which is led by Youth for Youth, and which send people on exchanges abroad. And we have 3 products: global talent, global volunteering, and global teacher. And we focus on leadership skills, working in teams, developing students, and of course diversity, and trying to connect cultures and understand each other better.
Okay. And do you also have other activities with ISEC as well? Because I can think when you're moving abroad, it's away from your family, your friends, everything you know, your comfort zone actually. So do you have activities for people who are new and maybe don't have friends yet or would like to make international friends?
Yes, speaking from my experience, when I moved to Antwerp, it felt a bit strange not to have my friends and my family around, and ISEC was the best place because we have so many events, opportunities. For example, we organize different quizzes, game nights, also some team working places, and we go on conferences, we make contests, and it's just like really cool place where you can meet friends, which I think will be for a long time, and I'm really grateful for that.
Oh, it sounds like a fun family of
Yes.
international people. Now, I have always been in Antwerp. I'm born here, raised here, but why would you choose to live in Belgium, study in Belgium? Because for me, it sounds a bit weird, especially if you come from another country. But what is so attractive from Antwerp?
When I was looking for university, I had different opportunities, of course, and I saw Antwerp. I saw pictures, and I just it was amazing. I just like, yeah, I like the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I fell in love in the city, and then I saw university, the program. I loved the program because it's really multi-disciplinary. So I was like, yeah, it's perfect. I'll go there. And when I came, it is even better than I thought because it's really multicultural, and like the architecture is really nice. The weather, yeah, sometimes it's a bit
questionable.
questionable, but it's not that cold because in Ukraine it's much colder. So
It's true.
I really like it.
Okay. And maybe a weird question, but what was your biggest culture shock? Because Belgium is completely different than Ukraine, I guess.
True. I think that a lot of people actually speak English, and in my city, yeah, not a lot of people could do that, and it's so much easier with that. And maybe second one is that you have a lot of places where you can fry stuff, like friture places.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a bit strange.
Yeah, we love to fry a lot of things. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but it's really tasty. I agree.
Now, you're in your first year, you said. Do you see yourself staying in Belgium and maybe studying also in Belgium or working even?
I will for sure stay here for 3 years, but I think it would be a really nice opportunity to stay here for longer because the country is a really good place for different cultures, and for me as person, not Belgian person, to find a job and to feel involved and to feel welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And if I decide to stay, I think it will be a really nice experience, and I will for sure enjoy it.
Okay, hopefully we will see you again here in Antwerp. Will we see you at Moving Forward as well?
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, this was our last live stream, so that means that Moving Forward is around the corner. If you haven't registered yet, you can still go to the website movingforward.be, and then you can register for free. And we will hopefully see you on the 26th of February at the Antwerp Expo. Goodbye.